Welcome to the Math Commentaries. Thoughts on society, politics, culture and the arts. Today, looted colonial art, a controversy. The other day I came across the extremely informative book by Pia Schönberger, Das Museum im kolonialen Kontext, Annäherungen aus Österreich. The debates about restitution of and reparations for art and cult objects looted during the colonial period were further fueled by the opening of the Humboldt Forum in Berlin, of which the Ethnological Museum is a part of. Particular attention was paid to the Benin bronzes, which were once captured by the British in 1897 during a war campaign against the Kingdom of Benin. It is about questions whether an acquisition was legal, purchase, acquisition in good faith, or illegal, robbery. It's about the evidence after long periods of time. It is about the question of to whom and under what conditions objects should be returned. Who is the legal successor, for example, in the case of the Benin statues? The then non-existent state of Nigeria, on whose territory the former kingdom is located today, or the descendants of the then king, in whose property the statues were. Can objects be returned to states or societies that do not want to preserve them? In extreme cases, destruction by the Taliban, or cannot preserve them for other reasons? Is there even a cultural historical obligation that takes precedence over the right of ownership? It must not be forgotten that taking the spoils of war was legitimate and the undisputed right of the victor until the Hague Regulations of 1899, and that restitution without a time limit, even back to the Roman times, would neither make sense nor be possible. As exemplary as the restitution of human remains from the Wiener Weltmuseum to the Maori can be, which had been stolen by grave robbery, the solution cannot be the restitution of all colonial objects, even legally acquired ones, as some demand in a blind moral activism, because in the end, this separation of cultures would be equal to an act of museum racial segregation, an ethnic cleansing of all Western museums. What is required are objective, considered approaches, such as those of the director of the Metropolitan Museum, Max Hollein, who questions the pejorative separation of so-called ethnological objects and Western art in the museum.